Hello everybody, my name is Hammock. It's been a bit of a while. There was an update to the Dota 2, and Chen, my favorite hero, got buffed, so I wanted to talk about it briefly, and then go into a replay where I think I did reasonably well. So, Holy Persuasion was buffed, so over time, the creeps will get a little bit faster. This can be quite helpful when it comes to setting up a stun with your Centaur creep, for example, running them up and chasing after people. And your Hand of God has less upfront heal. Like, if you're trying to save someone who's suddenly low, you're gonna hit for a little bit less. But overall, much more heal, as it applies a flat heal over time for 10 seconds. So this is a great fix for what was happening in a lot of fights, where you'll have a bunch of people starting a fight, engaging on someone, like jumping on your sniper, for instance, and they get low, so you ult to save them, and then you feel like you kind of wasted it because the rest of your team haven't taken damage yet. But when you activate this now, you can like heal them and then give them extra heal of time, increasing the chance that they get saved, assuming like support comes in at a reasonable time, and giving your team extra health regen during that time, which is such a great heal. I really like these changes. And in addition, they also changed a bunch of the creeps in the game. Too many changes to go over. I can go over a more detailed one later on if there is interest. But basically, we can go over things as they come up. I'm going to go into a game. This is with a static group of people that I tend to play Dota with because I prefer playing with groups. Once I started playing with groups, it's much better than playing singles because I like being able to communicate with people, get an idea of what we're doing, so we're not all running on in different places. Also, I missed this message at the start. Level 26 Chen, what a chat, because I usually have all chat turned off in Dota 2 because rarely do Dota players have anything constructive to say, more the opposite. So, like, I had people in the group say like, like laughing about that.
30 seconds to battle.
But basically, when I play, I just play in a group. So the game might be a bit different to a pub. There's still going to be a lot of silliness, a lot of like sort of misplays, but it's more likely I'm going to like react to rotations and stuff. So early game here is going to be a little bit slow. I try to place down an observer ward just to see if I can catch them pulling or if anyone TPs to the tower to come after us. I also tried to block this camp, but I think I just miss it. Like, it's like just on the boundary there. It's unfortunate because when I was like had my camera here, it looked like it was blocking, but if you actually move your camera like further up, it's actually not blocking at all. And yeah, like early game is just trying to harass, create a lot of space so my drow can farm. I started with a Blightstone because I assumed I was laying against a Rubik on 4, but it was actually Venge and it was a Rubik 5. But either way, Venge has 3 base armor. They don't get that +3 because they're near the tower right now. So if I can minus their armor and hit them more, I can do a lot of damage. I decided to grab this Vul Assassin, which let me pause because it's hard to click on them when they're moving at high speed. The Envenomed weapon reduces heal by 75, which is a nice harassing tool when people are using tangos to trade. So I'm trying to lower the health of this Venge as much as possible, as well as hitting the Magnus when the opportunity presents itself, because they'll be taking even more damage with less armor, and they'll have less sustain out of it. So if the Venge has less health, they can harass our drow a little bit less, and they can get a little bit easier farm. Let's check out the other lanes here. Our lineup is we got a Drow, a Bristleback, Chen, Pudge, and Sniper, and they have a Venge, Invoker, Wraith King, Magnus, Rubik. I believe our top lane ends up doing quite well here. Going for a lot of harass. I decided to grab the Banisher so I can go get some more harass and slow. My Vul Assassin died trying to pull the camp and it was like too weak. Basically just trying to give it a lot of space, and yeah, this is the boring part of it. I believe at some point Invoker starts pressuring Sniper and I TP rotate. Also my Banisher takes a bunch of damage from the wave, so I actually pull this and I get it just so that the pull kills the Banisher. So it like tanks just enough hits that it needed to pull, which is pretty cool. Let me actually change to free cam. So yeah, I'm just trying to pull the wave back. This is just all like the boring stage, not super interesting Chen's focused things. I do manage to roam, grab the Ogre Frost Mage. I want to go put a deep ward. I want to put the Ogre Frost Mage armor on our sniper, so our sniper suddenly gets 5 additional armor, and they also get an attack slow. And as I'm roaming back, I use my Holy Persuasion to rapture the Ogre back towards us. In this engagement here. So the ice armor is very good. This is a creep that's a level 3 creep, so you can get it with level 1 Holy Persuasion, and it's one of the best creeps that you could get like in the previous patch, like that, or like the Harpy were like ideal to get. But now I don't know which is the best one, because now there's so many new options. It's great. Chen has become like kind of this Swiss Army knife where you have a lot of options. You have silences, you have breaks, you have disarms. Like there's probably going to be some like matchups where someone's got an annoying passive, and if you can just break it in the lane, it can be really annoying. Like that could probably work really well if you're harassing a Tidehunter in 3, because then their Kraken Shell isn't working and they're taking more damage. That could be really cool. So here is a bit of a blunder, because we're chasing this Venge. They're about to die and they walk up into the darkness. And look at this. Now, on Fog both teams, if the Fog's on the Radiant side, we can't see Venge right now. We go back to Fog both teams. Now you can see them. Just as they went into the darkness and I fired the attack, first blood happened up top. And I was like, oh, we killed Venge. And then I sort of turned back and then like sort of just realized I made the mistake and ran back. And I feel like if I didn't turn back, we could have gotten that kill. They just got away with 8 HP. So that sucks. It doesn't ultimately lead to anything bad. It just sucks that we missed out on the free kill for our Drow. So that's a bit sad. Let's go back to higher speed. So yeah, I'm applying Frost Armor, making it really tough to go after anybody. Ogre Frost Mage armor, yeah, it gives 5 armor, lasts for 45 seconds, and also anybody that they attack gets a 25% move slow and a 25 attack slow that lasts 5 seconds. This is an amazing buff, and because it lasts 45 seconds, what I try to do whenever I am playing Chen and I have a good micro day is I try to like have them waddle between lanes so that I can like send it to mid and then send it back to a carry, or maybe waddle them up and send them up to some of these people, because that's a good lane winning ability. So here also, Sniper gets caught. He yells in Discord, "I am getting gone on!" So I like immediately TP to lane, and Invoker, seeing the level 26 Chen TP in, he knows better, so he leaves. Even though he's got like Sunstrike queued up, I'm pretty sure. No, he doesn't. Okay. And then I gave him a salve and a pat on the head, and I left to go back to bot lane. And also, as I'm going by, I notice I can stack. This is one of the things I really enjoy about playing support, is trying to sort of pack the amount of things you can do in your time to be efficient. So as I'm roaming, I'm also like stacking. I'm also opening up Cookie Clicker, going AFK for a second. I grab a bounty. Grab one of these Ogre Bruisers, which are pretty cool. I still don't fully understand how this ability works because it has a lot of math in it, but it's basically got like a slow wind-up stun that does a bunch of damage. So the idea of this is I wanted to keep this one near bot lane, so now that I'm afraid that Magnus and Venge have potentially nearly got their ultimates, they might go on and dive Drow with somebody else, like with Invoker or with like Rubik or somebody. So I wanted to have the Bruiser nearby, so if they go in, I can then charge up a stun. Our Drow can then stand next to them, and if they try to run close to the Drow, they get stunned. That's my line of thinking. So here this is just pretty slow. I'm staying near Drow in case something happens, but Venge has entirely left the lane to go tri-lane top. So I think I decide, alright, this lane's actually like pretty sleepy, I don't need to be here, so I think I'm gonna start like jungling or soaking experience somewhere else, because I need to get level 3 Holy Persuasion, so I have more creep options. I need to get my ultimate so that we can put more global pressure on the map. knowing that any engagement people take, they're suddenly going to have much more heals than they anticipated for. Let me just speed up until stuff happens. So yeah, trying to pressure Magnus. I decided, alright, I'm going to try to pull a camp for Drow, but they had lane creeps nearby, so I wasn't paying attention there. I try to pull the wave. Put down a ward, grab bounty.
Tower is under attack.
Grab an Alpha Wolf. Alpha Wolf in this particular situation is very goog. So, where is Alpha Wolf? Wait, did I get the Alpha Wolf? Where did they go? Okay, wait. No, I got the Large Wolf, that's why. Okay. I got Alpha Wolf later on, I was confused. So the Large Wolf has a really cool ability where it's got a very tiny radius. 300 radius is very tiny. It's like sort of a very small circle around it. It's kind of similar idea that I was doing with Ogre Bruiser, where if they run at somebody, like if they run at me, or if they run at the Drow, I'll put this next to them and then activate it, and it will lower their damage. Wait, where is it? It will lower the damage they deal by 50% for 4 seconds, which is quite good. That's essentially your healing, because you're like preventing the amount of damage someone's doing. So my plan here was, alright, nothing's going on down here. I don't want to steal experience, but I also want to get experience so that I can level up more and get my, I can get home soon, but I want to get my 6 as soon as possible. So I was thinking I'm going to probably try and invade the triangle and do some jungling. Because now I have creeps that I can jungle with the Frost Mage armor, which is low on mana right now, but I can potentially tank using the Ogre Bruiser and then stun these guys and then clear a camp. Because this is kind of a dead lane for Magnus right now. They're taking a lot of harass and they're not able to trade with Drow really well, so I assumed that they would come to this triangle and I would try to intercept them. I think at this point we get calls in our Discord, alright, let's go do stuff top. So I think I TP'd mid here. That's it. I TP'd mid here first of all, because Sniper was getting gone on. Oh, his body's still there. Where is he? There's like, yeah. I got there in time to kill Invoker, but not to save Sniper. And then Rubik stole my Holy Persuasion. And I was like in chat, raise your army, brother. Alright, let's fight. Let's do an honorable army duel. I guess it's an army duel, so it's not honorable in the slightest. But I think they ended up not actually taking Holy Persuasion. There we go, raise your army, friend. They actually swapped it for something else, but that would have been cool if Rubik picked up some creeps, but understandable. If you haven't played Chen or Enchantress or Doom, like most people probably don't know what all the abilities are, and especially now there's like tens of abilities to like read through. It's like, fuck it. But it would be cool to see Rubik walking around with like a centaur or something like that. So yeah, I decided to like head down bot, I think, to help, because I think Drow's getting caught, because we saw Invocors going down bot now. And then I think things speed up again and I decide to help bot. So other slow position 5 things, trying to babysit, pop my ultimate to try and heal. Yeah. Pressuring Magnus, can't really get a kill on him. I also don't want to sacrifice my creeps to the tower here, because Magnus can do his like cleave thing to just like clear a bunch of my creeps. So then we see, okay, we can just like pressure this mid tower here. So let me go back a bit. So our Bristleback decides, you know what, there's 2 towers here. What towers? I go where I please. I'm gonna just dive and then go after people. Our Sniper providing backup, our Pudge going in for kills. And I'm like, ooh, free tower. Pick up an illusion rune. Time to take down towers. Techie's Demolitions are out of business now, so Chen Demolitions is the most successful company in the area. Look at all this tower damage. Nice. I also picked up a Wildwing Ripper, which has the new Hurricane ability, which I failed to use later on. It is a bit confusing. It doesn't work like the old Tornado that is now on the smaller Wildwing. It's sort of like, you aim it like the Pangolier sort of jump thing. Like, you click on somebody and then you click on the arrow that you want them to go, and I like
Dyer's
fat fingered it a few times because I haven't really used it.
bottom tower.
So here I also almost make a blunder where we take the mid tower and I'm like, okay, we have a lot of pressure, we have a Pudge, we have a Bristle, we can just run at them and then go fishing for kills. So I shot call, hey guys, let's go invade their jungle and steal farm and deny farm from them and go for kills. And then after going into here, I just hear a resounding, nah. So I'm in here alone, and if Venge would have swapped me, I would have been dead, and I was just out of range for that, and I think they were just like, oh, it's a bait, he's got this team behind him. Nope. They were all fucking scared. So I nearly died there. But I got a deep ward. I got a deep ward. Yeah, I TP bot because our drow was caught, and I don't think I was able to help them. Look how low they are. And I didn't have my ultimate, sadly. So yeah, they get caught right on the edge of that. And I wasn't in range, sadly. So I TP bot. Let's see if we can get anything here. Magnus is greatly overextending because I don't think he's aware that there's a sniper and a Chen here. So I throw Penitence, and look at all that attack speed on the sniper. That Penitence is giving them an additional 90 attack speed on top of Mask of Madness and Headshot proc, which is like a mini stun. So he was just like stun locked there, just getting beep, 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 beep.
Dyer locked down.
So that was quite cool.
Dyer's top tower.
And then I decide, alright, Sniper's leaving to go to mid lane. There's a bunch of camps here. I'm just gonna farm some camps, get some gold. I need to get my mechanism and other items available to me. Let me speed up again until the action starts. Yeah, this is just farming, seeing if I can find better creeps to pick up.
Dyer's top tower.
And really, we should be being a lot more aggressive and taking stuff. And one of us is, but we're not all good at communicating. I think I'm okay at communicating. I say that I will do a thing, but a lot of times someone will be completely silent. Someone will be completely silent. Somebody. Only to later on be like, why aren't you guys doing this thing? But yeah, I hold on to my ultimate there because, first of all, I believe I didn't have the mana to cast it. Yeah, I didn't have the mana, and, oh, how do I change my Karya and spectate? Where art thou, Karya? Oh, there it is. Yeah, Clarities and Sage's Mask, because I need mana. So I wasn't able to heal and save Bristle back in time. I just got it, and he died. And there is also a wind up to it, so I was like, I don't think I can cast this in time. But I waited to see if Pudge was about to die, and then used it there. Also wanted to get my creeps a bit closer, because now they also have, I believe they have the healing from Hand of God. I'm not actually sure if they do. It doesn't actually say on your HUD that you're getting the heal over time from Hand of God, which is strange. I should probably fix that. But, unless it got dispelled by that tornado he did? I don't know, does Invoker Tornado dispel? It does! It does basic dispel. Huh, does Hand of God get dispelled? It doesn't say, so I'm gonna assume yes. Because Purifying Flames heal can get dispelled by Fortune's End. So, actually didn't know that. That's cool. So that tornado that he did just dispelled the heal over time on the Pudge and my creeps, which is why I couldn't see it. Interesting. So, as we're going along, I also pick up the Dark Troll Summoner, who got a bit of a change. First of all, he no longer has the ensnare that's moved over to the smaller trolls. Instead, Raise Dead now raises 3 skeletons instead of 2. The skeleton lasts for 40 seconds, and you can use this ability on every like 18 seconds, so you can theoretically have 6 skeletons up at a time from one Dark Troll Summoner. And each one has this aura, which gives, within a 1,200 radius, which is usually the radius for a lot of creeps. Sadly, it doesn't show you the radius, I wish it did. But it's about like half your screen-ish, so pretty much everything here that's fighting will have one of these auras. So it reaches all the way over to Pudge here. They get 3 bonus damage. This aura stacks. And you can see how this could be a bit of an issue. When you have 3 of them, that's plus 9 extra damage. And what does it affect? It affects the creep wave. So when you're pushing towers, this is quite cool. So now we can slowly start to push this tower as we've zoned them off. Our Pudge is fishing for kills. Invoker is keenly aware of this and decides it's his best decision to run right into a hook. He goes invisible. I very slowly put down a sentry ward, and then he leaves, and I realize, oh fuck, Invoker can go invisible. Guess I'm gonna buy detection, because apparently no one else wants to buy detection, because detection is for the only support, Sag. But we get a ward, and we get the tower, and we get a lot of other subsequent, I don't know if we actually get a kill from here. I think, yeah, our Pudge just dies and we back off. Oh, what was actually stolen there? I don't know. Oh, that's spooky. But either way, we pressure the lane, we make a show of force, and we decide to leave. I nearly deny a creep because creep pathing is hard and I use my mechanism. And we lick our wounds, wait for our Pudge to respawn, and go for some more plays on the map. So that view, let me go into my point of view. So I'm pressuring the wave, trying to push it up a little bit. And then I decide, I believe, to rapture my creeps back to me. So I basically, that's the thing I like to do if I'm like near a side lane and we're about to do something, is I'll just grab a bunch of my creeps, give them an attack move order to like run up to like here, or like run over to here if they're like going in a straight line, and then they'll just kill things on their way, and then I'll move towards the lane, activate Holy Persuasion on myself, which will target all of my creeps, and then send them towards me unless they take damage to break the Rapture. Rapture, I believe, is the name of the effect. Let me double check. Boop. Holy Persuasion. Rapture, yeah, there it is, being teleported. Rapture. Insert Bioshock reference here. No, says the man from the thingy, it belongs to God. So fighting happens, sniper dies. So time again. I'm just moving my creeps to get gold while stuff isn't happening. Our sniper dies, unfortunate. And they don't pressure my skeletons because maybe they think those are Wraith King skeletons. I don't know. And I'm basically trying to use every opportunity to spam Raise Dead to keep an army of these, which results in me creep blocking the fuck out of my team, because trying not to creep block your allies very hard. Especially when you're walking through tight corridors and you have a lot of creeps. It's like you can have them move in the same direction as them and you'll slow them down. And creep block them, or you can have them like walk and move somewhere else to stand still, and then you'll definitely creep block them so they can't move. Oh, and over here, Mr. I don't call and then complain about later was trying to beat up my fucking kobold. Jeez, fucking Pudge mains. Trying to kill my kobold. I am on to you, boy. So this is just the waiting period where we're like trying to decide on what we want to do. Do we want to go after a certain targets? Do we want to push down a certain lane? So I'm just waiting around. Seeing if I can get extra creeps. I could probably be stacking right now, but every camp is fucking gone. I'm looking for my 4th creep, so I get an alpha wolf. Now this is the time I actually get an alpha wolf. Alpha wolf is quite good. It increases damage by 30%. Now, good to know is that the damage that you get is your main attribute damage and not your bonus damage. So if we go to free camera right now, so it doesn't keep resetting my position, and look at Sniper, Sniper, the furry here, you have the white number and the green number. Green number is all bonus damage. So I believe that's like from Maelstrom, that 24 is just bonus green damage. Alpha Wolf only gives 30% of the white number, which is damage that you get from your stats. Thankfully, Sniper likes to get agility. You know who else really likes agility? Drow. Assuming that she's with our team. Because they build a lot of attributes. And I believe that ultimate also increases even more agility bonuses they get. So assuming they're with the team, Alpha Wolf is a very, very good boon for any Drow player. So now I obviously, the person I am, start waffling on in Discord about how amazing the Alpha Wolf is for our current lineup. The enemy team then start to ping to go towards the Drow, who is on their own, and they die. They wouldn't have died if they were in awe of my Alpha Wolf with the rest of the team, but hey. And they're like, alright, let's go take bot tower. So I think we decide we're gonna go pressure top tower or mid tower. So they start pressuring bot tower, and I believe they also teleport back because we see that they're pressuring bot tower, and I believe they also might be aware that Klambe is arming the jungle and decides to go after Invoker here. So Invoker is getting beat up, and now they all start teleporting away, being like, oh no, our shitty wizard. And he goes in super deep, kills the Invoker, dies, but they also use RP, so I'm gonna say it's worth it. They take bot tab, but they mostly all run away to save Invoker. Invoker dies anyway, they use a game-changing ultimate. Let me slow down time here. And then we get to make a fight, which is 4v4, but technically it's like a 4v3 because Magnus's contribution here is on cooldown. So we go for a fight here. Or more, they go a fight on our out of position Pudge. They also swap Sniper, punish him. I activate ultimate. That health regen is very good. I use Mechanism also to heal. I spam skeletons and try to pressure. I believe Wraith King and Venge kill me. And then we all collectively blame our Bristleback for dying, for being our pretty much only front line, even though other people made mistakes too. The other fun thing about playing with a static is that regular pubs can be toxic because you're playing with strangers and they expect things from those strangers that they would expect from other people. Toxic can also be, the static can also be toxic, especially when your entire team dies and you decide as the only person respawning to go back in. I only got a kill. On position 4. Anyway, people are stealing camps. I decide, hey, I'm gonna build a Boots of Bearing now. I went Mechanism, I have the Basilius, so I have extra regen. Yeah, and Drum would be very nice for our team, and I've been seeing a lot of my allies, when they're playing carry, pretty much just building Boots of Bearing regardless, because it gives you really good stats, it gives you slow immunity when you activate it, it's a pretty good item. But if my team aren't already building it, then it's definitely a core item to build on Chen now. It just gives you so much stuff. Drum was already good, but the fact that you can build it with Tranquil Boots is very nice. Let me rewind here for this team fight, because fun stuff happens. So we go in, get RP'd, I blame Pudge. Totally not my bad positioning, totally not me group moving all my creeps up the high ground, while also clicking on myself. But look, Wraithen goes out of position, he dies, only to come back to life, and I get to use the cool new ability. I get to hurricane him backwards to create space. Sniper decides, maybe I should actually attack him, so I penitence, I miss micro when my creeps could have been attacking an attack, and we kill Wraith King, who I don't know why he committed so hard in that fight, but we could have killed him a lot sooner if I had micro better. But hey, I'm playing a really hard hero, and I'm a very bad player. But you learn as you go, you know. We got it eventually. And you know what else I got eventually? A second Dark Troll Summoner, who can raise dead. So now we have an army of about 12 skeletons. And look what this means. This creep wave has a lot of rally stacks. Perfectly balanced. So yeah, look at this tower's health just full as we have this, in addition to the Alpha Wolf stats. So it's also funny seeing the amount of like stuff on screen going off to the right when it has a lot of like space it could be using on the left. It's kind of funny. So yeah, look at the amount of damage that Guru is getting. He's getting 142. I wish it gave you like a breakdown of where all that's from. But yeah, he's getting like a lot of these like individual +3s, which obviously aren't too much. They're great when they add up, but they're more valuable on these creeps getting all this extra damage, because that's just more attacks going towards the tower or an enemy. We're also getting the Kobold Aura, giving everyone speed. We're getting the Alpha Wolf Aura, giving 30% bonus damage to attributes. So they're getting all this extra stuff on Drow. It is great. Not to mention Bristleback also gets a lot of damage stacked up over time. This is just a very good team to benefit from a lot of bonus damage. And watch this tower fall. Look at that health just suddenly spike down as all the attacks from these creeps come into view. We see Venge throwing out a Q, so we know that they're nearby. They're currently in darkness right now for us. So we're afraid of a swap, so we're leaving only our front line to be up close, waiting for a creep wave. But look, I'm positioning myself so my skeletons are trying to stay alive here. I could throw them at the tower, but I'd rather them keep them here, where currently this catapult is still in play with all these rally stacks. It has a 40 base damage, but it's getting 35 additional damage, and that's because not every skeleton is within range of them right now. But look at all this extra damage this catapult is like throwing all these rocks into the tower. It is so much value here. Oh, this is really satisfying. This fight is breaking down, people are getting kills, I'm activating my ultimate, activating mech, trying to keep people alive, but more importantly the tower goes down. Hey, I get 4,200 assists, nice. And this is just crazy. And this is just 2 Dark Troll Summoners. Imagine if I had 4 Dark Troll Summoners. Heck, imagine a late game scenario where I get the talent to have 3 additional Holy Persuasion creeps. So I have, math. 7 Dark Troll Summoners, and 7 times 3 is a lot of skeletons. That's so much damage for the creep wave. And yeah, our Bristleback decides to take a little sippy of the fountain water while we decide, okay, let's rotate, let's pressure another lane, let's capture their outpost. I'm gonna put some, I think, yeah, Phonics put down some wards. I like this deep ward quite a bit because it's like off away from these high ground ones, which are more likely to be scouted, and gives quite a lot of vision, especially seeing someone to walk up and take this camp if they feel like it's safe. And more slowdown period of the game while we decide what we're gonna do. And fight break that again. Go in. They're all fighting. Interesting fight. Team fight abilities. I believe that's RP. Yep. And more importantly, over here is my little fun of the game. I'm trying to position myself so I can mech this group of people that got RP'd. But look at this. Look at this blob. Look at this tower's health just fucking crumble. Look at that. The objectives being done. Hell yes.
Hello, this is Gabe Newell. Thanks for.
This is what you came to see. Look at this tower's health just crumble under the weight of my skeleton army. Now I do miss micro here quite a bit because I'm not amazing at this. So I'm basically constantly switching between control group of these 2 ones, trying to activate and raise dead as frequently as possible, and then missing opportunities to select all and then attack the tower. So there'll be moments where the skeletons and stuff are standing around because I'm still like constantly checking. But it doesn't matter. We're doing a lot of damage right now. This game is decisively over at this point, and my skeletons are just chilling for a bit before I actually go back through cycling and raising. And look at just these towers crumble. I really like the Chen update. Chen is viable, not only viable, but they're pretty much like meta at this point. Like, if you want to win a game, you have a Chen. So there's a lot of people who haven't played Chen that are playing them. I am fully expecting to have my hero target banned from Overwolf users. And I'm also fully expecting, even though a lot of these changes are good and I hope they stay in the game, I am totally fine if they nerf the skeleton aura, so maybe it has like a maximum stacking threshold, or it has diminishing returns, or maybe it just doesn't stack but it gives like a stronger bonus or something like that, because having that many skeletons giving that much of an aura to your entire creep wave when sieging a tower, Jesus, That is a lot. I was playing another game where we were against an enchantress who kept stealing my creeps. It was very rude, but they were very much being proactive with the micro and grabbing Dark Troll summoners and then just sending them down the lane, because enchantresses are a lot better at at like taking down towers early on, because they don't have a level requirement on what creeps they get, so they can just grab the strong creeps like right from the start and then just like throw a Dark Troll summoner, raise 3 skeletons and throw it down the lane, because their creep is going to expire in like 10, 20, 30 seconds, so they might as well just be suicidal with it. So before, the strat was to get a Mud Golem and throw them at a tower, because Mud Golems had higher siege damage than the other creeps. But now it's way better to get a Dark Troll Summoner, throw them at the creep, throw them at the tower. They do less siege damage, but they have these 3 additional skeletons doing damage. They're giving the entire creep wave plus 9 extra damage. Oh, it's so good. So I'm fully expect to see like Enchantress like sort of side wave pushing while everyone's team fighting and stuff like that. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this Chen Dota 2 related content, feel free to like the video. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make any more videos, especially like a deep dive into the patch notes and what kind of stuff can happen. I'll give you a hint that the Harpy Scout change, very good. We're probably going to see a lot of that later, because that is a very good change. But either way, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.